Question 3. I have a client who suffers from hyperhidrosis. Her UV manicure is chipping after a week or less, and her nails don't appear to be wet. When I apply the base coat, I use acetone to remove the previous coating and the nail prep product, and I use the nail prep product. Is there anything else that can be done? Why is this happening? That's no fun. Hyperhidrosis is a medical condition that causes sufferers to drip sweat excessively. It affects about 3% of the world's population and occurs all around the world. There are solutions, so if you or a client has this condition, seek medical advice on how to best address this issue. Hyperhidrosis can develop even in children and can be a significant challenge for those who suffer with this sometimes debilitating condition. I've known people with this condition, and my heart goes out to anyone with hyperhidrosis. Sweat is how we cool ourselves, and this cooling system can become overactive for some. Those with this condition often report difficulty wearing any type of nail coating. I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a scientist, but I've looked at the nails of about a dozen people with this medical condition, and when it's on the hands, it's called palmar hyperhidrosis. I found that they have all something in common: highly flexible nail plates. That's not unexpected or surprising. I would have been surprised if they didn't. Why? This type of hyperhidrosis results in higher levels of water in the nail plate. Typically, the nail plate water content is usually around 15%, but can exceed 25% in cases of palmar hyperhidrosis. Normally, water moves to the nail plate at pretty high rates, and much of it escapes by evaporating from the nail plate's surface. Nail coatings don't stop the movement of water through the nail plate, but they do slow it down, which causes the water content inside the nail plate to increase. By allowing more water to build up inside the nail plate, in fact, how more water builds up inside the nail plate, I should say, is it's packed in between the layers. Now, these coatings don't stop water from escaping. It can still escape, but there will definitely be extra pressure created by this buildup of water. Inside the nail plate, the water pressure builds up, which increases the nail plate's internal water pressure. What's the internal water pressure? That's easy to explain and important to understand. It's the pressure that pushes water molecules through the nail plate. Imagine a hose that's barely trickling any water. If you put your finger on the hose, the pressure would eventually build up and cause the water to escape out wherever it can find a place to leak out. For instance, where the skin and the hose make the weakest part of the seal together. That creates a place where the water can escape, because it will escape if the pressure keeps building. This is what's happening to your hyperhidrosis client's nails to cause lifting and chipping. Water is moving through her or his nail plate in extra large amounts. This causes extra large water pressure to build up underneath the nail coating. This pressure is pretty weak, but it's there. And when the pressure becomes greater than the adhesion to the nail, or than the adhesion of the nail to the nail coating, guess what happens? The coating is pushed from the surface of the nail plate in the places where it's weakest. In other words, the nail plate's internal water pressure pushes the coating from the nail plate. This is why chipping and adhesion loss is observed. Since I'm not a medical doctor, I can't diagnose conditions or prescribe any kind of treatment, and neither should you. But I do want to end by sharing the experiences of some I've talked to about this condition that they have. I've been told by some sufferers that using antiperspirants on their hand helped the condition of their skin and slowed the sweating, but it did not help their nails hold onto nail polish any better. So I assume it didn't prevent the excess flow of water into the nail plate. I've had others tell me that a treatment called acetone did help with both sweaty hands and improve the nail coating condition. I assume this is because the acetone also lowered the amount of water flow into the nail plate and thereby reduced the nail's own internal water pressure. As always, you can check the keywords listing for of this episode to get the spelling of words like iontophoresis if you are interested in doing additional research or learning more about any subject or topic. So please use the search terms and use the search box on the Face-to-Face site to find information you're looking for in these episodes.